Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel and welcome to a brand new video. Today we are doing a fall glam transformation. We're gonna go from looking like a very tired mom to not so tired. I'm gonna be using some fun new products. I really have been wanting to do a olive green, maybe like a halo eye or something like that. I don't know. I just want to play with green, which is why I have this cute green top on. And yeah, you guys, that is it. I really don't have any updates. I'm still pregnant, but by the time you're watching this, I will have my baby already. I'm just doing tons of pre-filming because I am a psycho and a perfectionist. And I actually enjoy filming. So with that said, if you guys want to get glam with me, make sure you get your brushes, your tools, whatever it is you need to get glam with me. If you just want to watch, sit back, relax, grab your cafecito. I'm actually trying out today the new Starbucks pumpkin spice latte. They always release these during these times and I had never tried it. And oh my gosh, I'm going to give this like a 9 out of 10. It's really good. All I did was added a little bit of half and half. Whew, girl, I am ready for my coffee. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. If you are new, make sure you are subscribed to my channel. If you want to see more content like this, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. And without further ado, let's jump right into today's fall glam transformation. For the eyes, I'm going to use this Kaleidos palette in the shade, or this is the Sci-Fi Green Futurism palette. I had originally tossed these out, not tossed them out, but I got rid of them when I did my eyeshadow palette decluttering, and then when I looked back, I was like, no, I cannot get rid of these. These palettes are so good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this shade right here. It's a really pretty, like a mustardy beige. I'm going to take that on a Morphe M505, and I'm going to start applying that into the crease. I feel like this might be a little too dark, actually, but we'll see. We're gonna keep blending. I am gonna do a halo eye because I haven't done one in a while. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, you guys, if you guys can hear my dogs barking. But I am gonna keep that a little bit on a circular motion. You know what? I'm gonna grab another palette because this is a little. It's not the shade that I really wanted to go for. So give me one sec. So I'm actually going to use my Morphe X Jaclyn Hill 1 palette, and I'm going to take this shade right here. This is a little more like I want it. This one's just a tad bit too dark. And I'm just going to go over the shade, blending it back and forth. And I did not set my lids. I never do, especially when working with colors. I'm just going to move that back and forth. Windshield wiper motions. I'm going to concentrate this mainly in the upper crease. This is the color that I want to like peek through when I've applied the rest of my shades. If you guys can see, that other shade did leave me a little bit of a mark. That's okay because we're going to apply some different colors and that should not be visible by the end. Next, I'm going to go into this greenish color. We're going to use this one, and probably the black. These eyeshadows are extremely pigmented. They do have kick up, but that's to be expected with like super pigmented eyeshadows. I'm going to use my Morphe M433. This has to be one of my favorite brushes from Morphe. Like I have tons of favorite brushes from them, but this one has to be one of my favorites. And I'm just going to keep this look in a circular, like a circular motion, because obviously, hello, halo eyes. I mean, you can totally like blow it out and smoke it out if you want to do that, but I just want to keep it nice and rounded for this eye shape. I just really feel like it complements the eye when you go with that shape. Packing it onto the lid. You want to apply this color right below the mustardy yellow, but you don't want to cover it up. So like a sandwich in between. And I am dragging this to the inner corners so we have a space in between. So now I'm going to take the last shade, which is a deeper green, and I'm going to apply that right there. It's not as deep as I thought it was going to be. It's pretty much like the same shade. It just has a different undertone, but that's okay because we're going to go in with the black. And if you guys notice, I'm tilting my head like to the right, the way that I want my brush to go. And I'm going to pack that onto the inner corner to help me create that halo eye. Before I jump into the black, I'm actually going to dig into the Jaclyn Hill palette because I just noticed there's a deep green. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to apply that to the very edge of the eye, just like right here. Taking it mainly very close to the lash line. Like super close. And I'm going to drag that in. And I'm pushing it to the inner part of the eye, like the lid. Just blending that in a little bit. I'm not going to bring it up too high. For some reason, it's getting a little bit patchy here. Do you guys see that? And I'm going to dig into the black shade. This is going to create a little bit more smokiness. This black is so intense, you guys. I hope I don't mess it up because it was getting a little bit patchy in here. And with the black, you don't want to bring it up too high. You just mainly want to concentrate this on the lowest part of the eye. I'm just blending that in. I'm going to go ahead and take some eyeshadow and I am going to create my half moon sandwich look, whatever you guys call it. Cut crease. Just like that. I'm going to drag down the sides. From that palette, I'm going to take the green shade, which is this really pretty, it's almost like a lime green, but it has like some gold hints. It is so stunning. It's a little bit limey, a little bit chartreuse. And I'm going to pop that into the center of the eyes. This color is so pretty. I want to use like a little bit of a glitter, but I don't know if I have any green glitter, so we might not. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit and use a little bit of the colors from this Nomad palette. I just feel like I like the greens on this palette first or more, so I'm going to take this one right here, the pukey one, and then the dark green, and I'm just going to work them into the eyes. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. And I'm going to take that green and apply it right here. Honestly, you guys, I would just use this palette for this look if you have it, because these colors I felt like were too similar to each other to even notice a difference. And then I'm also tapping a little bit into the black. This is an LA Colors blending eye brush. I just got this in PR, and these brushes are actually really good. And I'm just smudging that right here closest to the lash line. And then like slowly bringing it in. Just a tad bit, just like that. Just to give that nice like grungy smokiness that we already had going on. First things first, I'm actually going to take this Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my sponge wet. I'm going to go actually get this wet. And I'm just going to press that the setting spray into the skin. So I can start off with like super soft, glowy skin. I already have all my moisturizers on and everything. And then for my primer, I'm going to mix two. I'm first going to go in with this one by Fenty Beauty. I actually have never tried this one. I've had it in my drawer for a month and I've never even opened it. It is their Soft Silk Pro Filter in the Hydrating Primer. So we're going to test this out. I'm also going to be testing out the Hydrating Foundation. I've tried it before, but I didn't like it for some reason. It felt and it looked really weird on my skin. So I'm going to try it again today. I mean, I ain't got nowhere to go. So if it looks bad, I can just totally take it off. I do want to minimize the pores a little bit because that one really doesn't do much for me. So I'm going to take a little bit of the e.l.f. Poreless Putty. Just the original one. I'm not going to take the matte one. And I'm going to take this brush from LA Colors. I'm just going to push that into the skin. I'm going to grab a little bit more down the bridge of the nose and just push that right into the pores, since I am a little on the oily side. I'm going to take a little bit of this Believe Beauty All Over Glow Skin Illuminator just to give that skin, I want to add that nice glow into the skin before we start. I'm going to push that into the skin, and then I think at the end I'm going to go in with a beauty blender and just blend it out. I think that might be a little too light, but oh well. I don't have another foundation to mix it with. So we're just going to buff that into the skin. I really want to create a super hydrating base, a very glowy base, especially for this time around the fall. We tend to get a little bit more dry. The skin lacks a little bit more moisture, especially if you live somewhere where it's a little bit cold. I live in Utah and it is getting so cold. It was so cold this morning and I did not want to get up. Let's move on to the concealer. I'm actually going to mix two. I'm going to mix the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer and the regular concealer because one is too dark. And look at the difference on my skin. Oh, I hate when foundations do this to me. They trick me. They're too light. I always rather go a little bit darker on my foundations. You know what? I'm actually not going to mix this concealer because it's going to make me look even lighter than what I'm looking. Blend it into the skin. And then this is the perfect time if you want to clean up your eyeshadow. Go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to clean it up a little bit right here. I'm going to set the skin using my Laura Mercier Honey Setting Powder. I know you guys, you're probably like, okay, can you switch it up? But I've just been really liking this powder. And I only take a little bit at a time because I don't necessarily want to bake. When you bake, you just go a little bit heavier handed versus when you're setting. You just take a little less product, push it into the skin so you can actually set the skin, you know? And then if you want to bake, you can totally do that, but I've been really into just setting the skin with this powder because it is so finely milled that it just makes your skin look so bomb. I'm going to take my absolute favorite bronzer, which is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. This one is just a goodie, an oldie. It's perfect. I love how it makes my skin look super bronzy. Looks like I actually went out and I wasn't home all day. I'm going to take this big brush and I am going to apply that to the forehead, concentrating that right here. For my blush, I'm going to be mixing both of these. This is the Sweet Cheeks by Rimmel London, and then this is Milani Luminoso. Oh, this combination is heavenly. It's going to make your cheeks look super flushed, but it's also going to bring them a little bit of luminosity because of the blush. I'm usually not a blush topper girl, but I've been loving this combination. It just makes my skin look so flushed, you know, somebody gave you a compliment and you're like, oh, stop it. And this is almost going to act as a highlight on the cheeks, but not quite. Pushing that back. Before we apply anything else, because everything is pretty much set, I'm going to apply my setting spray. I'm going to use the same one, the Catrice Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Fixing Spray. This spray is so bomb if you have dry skin. Okay, now that I drenched my face with setting spray, I am going to take a highlighting brush and I'm going to go into my favorite palette at the moment. This is by Private Society Cosmetics. And I'm going to apply that right here, right where we want to be blinding. I like to bring mine like to the side. That way if you ever take like pictures and you just want your skin to look super dewy and wet, this is what you want to do. I'm also going to take a little bit at the top of the forehead. This is always like my go-to because it's going to elevate the brows and make you look more snatched. You know what I mean? I'm going to take this green eyeliner that I actually just found. This one is by the brand Believe Beauty. It is in the shade Olivia Hello. It goes perfect with this look. While we wait for the lash glue to dry, I actually found this eyeliner by Believe Beauty as well. This is in the shade Siren in Town. And I'm only going to create like a line across the lid. It's also a green color, which goes perfect. This is such a cool eyeliner. I recently got a like PR box from them and I didn't even notice that I had this one in there. How cool is this? It's definitely a different shade of green, but it's still green. Lashes are dry and we're gonna pop these on. So for the lips, I lined them off camera using this e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner. It doesn't say the names or anything, so I don't know what color this is. And I think I'm going to be mixing 2 shades today because I want that like burnt orange color, but not too orangey. So I'm going to take the Carity the Matte's Ginger Spice. Ooh, that's actually a perfect name. Oh, that is so pretty. And I'm going to take this all over the lips. It actually looks really pretty like this, but I am going to take a little bit of the Dose of Colors Old Flame. It's a tad bit lighter. See? And I'm just going to ombre that on the lips. Living. I am living for this lip combo with the eyes. It is definitely fall appropriate. Like I feel like I should be wearing a cute sweater with like a chunky scarf. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. It really helps me with YouTube's algorithm so I don't stay behind and people can actually watch my fall videos. Thank you guys for being here. As always, if you recreate any of my looks, please tag me on Instagram so I can post you on my stories and show you some love. I love you guys. Stay safe, and until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah.